With its 112th anniversary falling on a Sunday and a Monday this year, the Titanic disaster needs to be marked, and so in this video we will look at the neglected aft grand staircase. I say neglected as it is its grander forwards counterpart that gets all the glory in the cinema and on the small screen. But here we lift it out from the rest of the ship to have a closer look. Before we begin, I must apologise for my model, as I only had a week to build it, and I confess to resorting to a little artistic licence for sea deck by giving it dark wood panelling, as I'm not absolutely certain as to the decor. But if nonetheless you like this video, then why not press the like button, share the video and subscribe to this channel. If you don't like this video, press the dislike button and subscribe to the channel anyway. This is a slice of the Titanic taken from between the third and fourth funnels and consisting of the upper decks. The aft grand staircase ran from A deck down to C deck. On top was the boat deck, and we can see the weather cover of the glass and wrought iron dome. It was aft of this deck house, which was crowned by the engine room hatch. The hatch itself led down into the reciprocating engine room at the bottom of the ship. On the starboard side was the engineer's smoke room, and this part of the boat deck was reserved as the engineer's promenade, both port and starboard. Here we can see lifeboat number 9, which left the Titanic with about 56 people. This was at around 1:20 AM, and the lowering was supervised by First Officer Murdoch and 6th Officer Moody, neither of whom would survive the night. Boatswain's mate Albert Haynes was in charge of the boat, into which the novelist Jacques Futrelle put his unwilling wife. On the port side is lifeboat number 10. Moody joined 2nd Officer Lightoller, supervising the lowering of this boat. Like lifeboat number 9, it left with 56 people, under the direction of Edward Bewley. Both boats 9 and 10 were eventually hoisted aboard the rescue ship Carpathia. Just as the engineers had their slice of boat deck to promenade, so did the second-class passengers, and this was the forward end of their open promenade. Firmly first-class territory was A deck, the next deck down. This far aft, the deck featured a covered promenade. It was on this deck that the aft grand staircase began. It accessed 3 decks. It had a circular rather than an elliptical dome, and its carvings were less elaborate. From here, passengers could pass forward along this passage to the first-class lounge with its raised roof, whilst moving aft of the stairs would take them to the first-class smokeroom, which also had a raised roof. Unlike the Olympic, the Titanic had extra staterooms fitted to port and starboard of the stairs on A deck, and those were cabins A35 and A37. Down now to B deck, and much of this space was the reception room for the ship's restaurant, which was aft of this point. Ordinarily there would have been chairs and small tables to allow the passengers to relax before going to dinner, although here I have chosen to keep the space empty. Over here we can see the forward bulkhead of the Café Parisien. The cafe ran along the starboard side of the restaurant and was unique to the Titanic, as the corresponding space on the Olympic was a covered promenade. Further down the grand staircase brings us to C deck and the end of the stairs. There was a maids and valets saloon to starboard and a barber's shop to port. On D deck below, directly under the aft grand staircase, was the first and second class galley. much of what we can see of this slice has become known as the aft tower, as it broke away from the stern section as it fell to the ocean floor. It lies upside down some distance to the east of the shattered wreck of the stern, and yet the remains of the dome have been photographed, unlike those of its more famous, grander counterpart. So there you have it, our slice of the Titanic, and I hope you enjoyed this little video, or at least did not hate it.